Hello and welcome to this tutorial from the File ICT Academy video library. In this other video, I will be answering the WASSCE ICT Elective Series 1 or the first series of 2025. And as you've been watching or following on my channel, I've answered the first question, which was the database. That is this question number 1, and I've also answered question number 2, which is the Q basic. But in this other video, I will be answering question number 3, which is the HTML. So as you can see on the left side of the screen, I've already written just few code so that because I believe you already know how to do this, so that this video will not take that long. So looking at our structure here, but before we come to the structure, let's look at the questions. So as you can see, it says figure 1 is a page of students registration portal of an institution. So as you can see here, you have the full name, the program of study, and then you have the input boxes here, and then you have a submit button. So it says using an appropriate text editor, write the HTML code to produce the page as shown in figure 1. Okay, title the page with your index number and full name in that order. Set the text, submit to bold, save the page as regform1.html in the folder created on your desktop. Okay, so let's just look at how we can solve this problem. So looking at here, as you can see, we have the doc type declaration at top here, which indicates that this is a HTML5 document, and then we have the HTML opening and the HTML closing tag. We have the head, opening, and the closing, and then in between the head tags we have the title tags. Okay, and then here we have the body and the closing of the body, and as you can see, I've also opened a form tag, and within the form tag, and then I put the form itself. Okay, so here we have a full name, and then we have the input box here, which is text, and then we also have the program study here, and we have another box here, and we have the button here, button type equals to submit. So let's just save this and see how it is going to look like. So remember, to save it, you save it as regform1.html. so I'll go to file and then go to save as, and then go to the folder, and I call this regform1.html. so I'll press enter to save that. Okay, so I'll go to the folder, and then I'll go to the folder and open it. So right now I've opened the file, but as you can see, it doesn't look exactly like or similar to what we have on the question paper. So most people will take this approach. Maybe they will wanna use a break here to create a break so that this will come down. So let's just look at how that one looks like. So break. So let's save and then refresh here. So as you can see, yes, it creates a break, but the input fields are not aligned properly. Okay, so I'm going to use two approaches to fix this. The first approach is going to be using a table. So I'm going to put these input fields inside the table. So first I will just create a table tag here. I'll create a table tag here. So let me just cut this and then place it here. So it's going to be I'm placing it inside the form. So let me just perform a little bit of indentation here. Okay, let me just highlight that and indent. So now here inside the form tag, I've also created a table tag. Okay, so I'm going to embrace these input fields inside the table. So we're going to create a row. So I'm going to create a row for this. So I'll just say the tag for row is tr. Okay, let me just then the tag for, so I'm going to create a row between this. So I'm going to remove this break here, so this will now be changed to a row. Okay, so that's a row, and then I'm going to do the same thing here, tr. Okay, let me just zoom out a bit. Okay, so this now is going to be the closing tag of the second rows. Okay, so here also another row, tr. Okay, and then nope, tr. So let me remove this other one. Yes, so as you can see, I have created 3 rows here. So let me save that and see. Less. Okay, all right. So once we created the rows, so now I just wanted to break this so that we can arrange the code and it looks nice. So let me break this down. Let me break this down, bring this also down. Okay. Okay, so let's break it that way and see. Okay, we have this, and then we have this down there, down. Okay, so now we can see our rows clearly. So now we're going to use td, which stands for table data, td. And I'm going to, okay, so we have td, here also. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same steps here. We just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Okay, so what, I'll fix that. Okay, so we have td close, yes, here td should be open and then close. So we indent it a bit, then here also indentation, this should be opening tag, and then we also have another opening tag, we indent it inside. Okay, so let's save this. So if you look at here, inside we have a table, and inside the table we have 3 rows. We have the first row, the second row, and then we have the third row. So each of the rows, if you look at inside the row, we have table data. So look at table data as columns. Okay, so let's say we have the first column, we have the second column here. Okay, so let's save this and see how it looks like. So when I refresh now, as you can see, it's now looking almost like this. Okay, so now we have the boxes, we have everything set except this one. So we want this thing to come on the right hand side. Okay, we want this to come on the right side. Now I can cheat in this way. Let me show you something. Maybe here I can just add an empty table td and empty td and see. Okay, let me just add an empty and see. So once I refresh, as you can see, it aligns. So I cheated a bit here to add a td, Well, let's see if okay, or maybe I can also try something like this. Maybe inside the TD tag, let's see if I say align equals to right. Let me see how that works. Align equals to right, and then save. Nah. Okay, but let me combine it with the TRNC OTD and then save. Perfect. So you see, as you can see, I use the TD to create that space because I wanted it to look exactly like this. Yes, but even the first approach looks nice if the button is placed here. Okay, so I don't know what the examiners will say on that, but see, I've used this trick to make sure that the submit button comes at this side. Okay, so let's go back to the question. When you go back to the question here, it says write the HTML code. Okay, we already did that. Title the page with your index number. So that means here, so I'm going with your index number and full name in that order. So I would say, let's say my index number is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then okay, Usman file. Okay, yes, perfect. And then set the text submit to bold. Okay, so this is the text for submit. So to apply bold to it, we can use strong, we can use B. Okay, we can use strong, we can use B. Either of them will work because we are dealing with pure HTML here, so no need for anything fancy. Okay, so let me just put this in the middle and then save. Okay, so let's come back to our code. Yes, so now it's bold. Perfect. Okay, so we already did the last part. So as you can see, we are now done with this question. So that's one approach that you can use to do this. So the other approach that I wanted to show you, there is a special tag. So I'm going to delete everything here from okay, let me delete the table information here, the table tags. Let me delete the table tags. Okay, so let me clear all the table tags so that I can show you the other method that might work. Yeah, so I've cleared the table tags so that I can show you the other method. So there is this special tag called pre, which stands for preformatted. So I'm going to use that and see how that one can solve this issue. So I'm going to put that here, then I press tab to indent that. Okay, so this pre-tag can help you to arrange things the way they look exactly like here. So look at here, when I save right now and then I refresh. Okay, so right now the way I am seeing it here is exactly how it is on the code here. So let's say, for example, let me leave a little bit of space here. So here spacing matters, so let me just leave a space so that the full name and the program align properly. And here you also have the two inputs aligning accordingly. So let me save and see. Exactly, you see, so that works. So I can also do the same thing here. I will just use my space bar or maybe the tab key, push this until it aligns with this, and then I click save and I refresh. So as you can see, so if I want it beyond, so I can keep pushing until I have it at the position that I want. So I can keep pressing space. So let me save and see. Refresh. Perfect. So I can bring it back a little bit. Save. Oops, that's way too much. 1 2 3. Yeah, so I believe you get the idea. Okay, so let me just push a little bit, save, refresh. Okay, so maybe what you can do here is just to leave space, so I can press enter, and see. Okay, perfect. So in this, with the pre, it helps you to arrange your code the way, exactly the way you're seeing it on your code. So it will arrange it that exact way. Okay, this is not a standard way of coding, but just to let you know, this also works to actually make your code look exactly like that. It may not be a standard way of coding if you are coding in real life, but people still use it. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I hope this tutorial helps, and see you next time.